The Battle of Berlin is this weekend. If you ask me what kind of battle am I talking about, it's the Euros 2024 final. And it's England reaching its first final on a foreign soil. Yes, 31st time, as I said. And it's going to be an incredible event come tomorrow night. That's right. It's the Euros 2024 finals. England versus Spain. Spain have won it. They won it in the space of 4 years in between 2008 and 2012. Just 2 years after the FIFA World Cup in South Africa 2010. So they have much experience of playing in the finals, and their journey from the group stage to the final, they're actually the only team that have won all their matches en route to the final. No dropping of points. There's nothing like we played a draw in one of the games. No, they won all the way, and they didn't play penalty shootouts. As a matter of fact, there were drama events. Events that came with drama in terms of a 9-minute winning goal. Talking about 119th minutes against the host Germany. That winner. Do you want to talk about the equalizer against France, courtesy of the teenager, the youngest ever to do it, Yamin Lamar? Well, all of that is promised to be repeated in the final on Sunday against England. Can England be resilient enough to beat Spain? That is the question that will be on everyone's lips. So we are starting that this morning on the show Sports Lounge on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. So we welcome you officially to the show, and we'll say, let's take that ride together. My name is Dario Johnson. I'm not alone in the studio. Olujimi Ogun is here. So we're going to make all the few times, that's this short period of the show Sports Lounge, to be all about the action in the world of sports. There is a Wimbledon final also this weekend, the women's category and the men's category. It's all action this weekend. So welcome once again. And of course, welcome Olujimi.
Yeah, feels great to be here. Exciting time once again. Action-packed weekend, like you said, from the Euro 2024 down to the Wimbledon final, the women and the men's singles. Also, not forgetting the Copa America, Colombia against the host nation now, or the defending champion in Argentina. It is interesting time. What a weekend. It's been a while we have a weekend like this. It's most of the time in league football, but this time around is in world football. And interesting is that while the Spanish national team are playing in the final, Spain will also be playing the tennis in the final as well in Carlos Alcaraz. In 2008, when the Spanish national team won the tournament, a certain Rafael Nadal won it, the Wimbledon. In 2010, when they won the World Cup, a certain Rafael Nadal again won this Wimbledon. This time around, they are in the final of the Euro 2024, and then Spain is also in the final of Wimbledon. Who knows? And it's been against the biggest man on court in Novak Djokovic. Can history also repeat itself? We wait and see.
Be more like, okay, you told me before, I'm not going to let you do it again. In Djokovic against Alcaraz.
I don't know if that would be the case, but Alcaraz again, yes, you've done it before. I don't know if you did it. So, yeah. So, the interesting thing about this is the way Djokovic himself has gone about his business. From the injury guy, doubted if he's going to be participating.
One of the games that was World Cup.
Yes, that was the quarterfinal going into the semi-final. So that helped him as well in the semi-final a bit. And also when you consider the fact that it was not fully accepted in this time. At some point against Ogarone, it was booed. That was in the round of 16. So when people were calling Ogarone, so for every time he loses, they call Ron, like boo. And then that got to him as well, saying that they need to respect him and what he's done and all of that. So while he was not fully accepted, there is a guy on the other end, a guy in the age of 21 in the final, who is fully accepted, history on his side, and at the same time, ready to win one for his country. So we wait and see as all of this unfold, and interesting time once again. And in the women's category as well, a lot to look out from what's the name now, the lady in the final, the two guys in the final now. I'm trying to recall. Paolini, the Italian. And she's 29. It's interesting to know that she's getting to her first final as well. In all of this, our walk to the final has not been that easy as well, are part of the draw and all of that. So we wait and see as things unfold in a tournament where the defending champion, even the most seeded, the defending champion was out a long time ago. The tournament where you have the world number one being knocked out in the round of 16, and many more. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But at the end of the day, it boils down to one thing. It boils down to who wants it the most in the final. While numbers may not be on its side, but hey, we've seen a lot of times when you go against the horse and then against the tide, you end up being the champion. That is the story most of the time when it comes to the women category. The least expected comes out to show why they end up being the champion.
All right, we're going to experience all of that. Well, the first final, of course, is the women's singles final against between Barbara Krejcikova and Yasmin Paolini. 2 o'clock today, 2 o'clock in the afternoon is the time. That's right, 2 p.m. Nigerian time is the time for the final between the 31st seed and the 7th seed. Paolini is 7th seed.
Interesting.
So, Paolini is in our first ever final, right? I mean, Krejcikova is in how many finals? Is it our maiden finals? Well, I think
this is also a maiden final.
Yeah, maiden final. So it's going to be some sort of incredible event.
Absolutely. She's vying to become the first, that's Paolini now, to win, the first Italian to win a Wimbledon singles. And it's interesting to also know that while the world was actually not rooting for her to get into the final, because you have the likes of Ons Jobber, what's the name now, Iga Swiatek, and so many other guys are ahead of. Even Coco Gauff surprisingly crashed out in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So
Coco Gauff one time, became clueless. I saw that game and I was laughing.
Coco Gauff, in fact, she lost.
She was communicating with her coach.
She lost.
The game she lost.
She lost to a young Japanese. I'm trying to Lulu Son.
Actually, New Zealand.
New Zealand. Lulu Son. And I was wondering, come on, she's not even in the top 20. And that's to tell you how interesting women category can be. And when you thought that the most seeded is going to win it, even when Gauff is out, the most seeded was also knocked out in the semi-final. You understand, in the quarterfinal. So it says a whole lot about what to expect. I mean, how unpredictable women's singles can be. And for Krejcikova on the other hand as well, I think I must also doff my hat for her courage. In a tournament where most of the time you expect that even if you are not going to win the familiar face, you end up getting to the final. But she's pushed herself all the way to get to the final, and we must applaud her for that.
All right, before we come back to the finals that we have in front of us in football, which of course they will have the Copa America finals and the Euros 2024 final in Germany. Let's go straight to the roads in Lagos and see what we have for traffic update. And we'll be back for that. And of course, we'll be wrapping up the show with it. What traffic updates from, let's see what we have here. Okay, flash update. There is a reported falling down containerized truck that blocked the entire road while ascending Onikon Bridge in what John is CMS Bridge. Effort is on to take it off the road. Okay, that's good. That's some sort of courageous update there. There is a report of a whole trailer that rammed into a broken down Iveco container truck at PWD Inward Airport turning. It does not have any impact on traffic yet, and of course, traffic managers on ground managing the situation. Effort is on for the evacuation. Then motorists should take caution on the corridor. And there is a reported broken down Mack truck while descending Costain Bridge about from Costain roundabout from Eco Bridge, having a rear tire shaft problem. Owner is working on it. Okay. There is also a case of broken down a loaded breakdown Mack truck 40-feet container having bearing and propeller problem at Yano Solo in what 5-star. Can't be told, but fixed at the location. Effort is on to fix it, and traffic managers on ground managing the situation. There's a lot of broken down truck here. About 5 of them. What's going on with trucks this morning?
We need to start checking their engines as well as their.
I mean, they don't have the strength to climb bridges now?
Well, that is why they need to do their vehicle check before leaving homes or before leaving their parks. I mean, you don't want to break down the road and make things easy and uneasy for every other road users. The implication of this is that will be affected. Transportation will also be very poor on the road just because of one person's laxity. So, and they need to do better.
All right, of course, they need to do better. It's important. All right, back from there to football. It's football finals now. Okay, we have Yamin Lamar, a teenager that has made a record, a history, not just for Spain, but of course for himself. He called a record, and a new record, a record that has been on for over 65 years. It's at 66 years, talking about Pele as the youngest ever to score in a major competition.
Well,
Pele.
Yes.
He has now set that record.
Well, before this, we have a certain Adagola as well, who became the youngest player to score in a tournament.
In the same tournament.
So, and
the goals, the angle, almost similar, but I think Adagola's goal was a bit farther from the
for Lamine Yamal now,
but
it's not just his goal.
Sorry, Adagola is 19.
Yeah, he's a teenager.
I know, but I'm talking about Pele, who was 16 at the time. So, and Lamar, who's also 16, will be 17 today.
I'm not comparing that to Pele. I'm saying he became the youngest European to do it at any Euro tournament. Talking about Adagola, and then Yamal came not just in Euro, then on the world stage at large. So, and when the final proper, what has made Yamal to be outstanding or to be set apart is because it's not just his goal. It's after he assists in this tournament, his contribution.
He set up a lot of goals.
It's unbelievable to know that he's 16 years of age and then he's had so much effect on the team. Just as much as Nico Williams is having as powerful as that on his right wing as well. And then what can you say of Rodri as well in their midfield? I mean, not every player can boast of holding down the trident of Toni Kroos, was the Freeze and the other midfielder in that German team. And then against N'Golo Kante, one would have thought that, yes, he has met his match. Guess what? He outplayed N'Golo Kante in the midfield.
Kante in the pitch. So there was also this friend, PSG
Rabiot as well. You know, silenced all of them in the midfield, and then they are in the final now. It shows you one thing, that the Spanish national team has transcended beyond just me to you kind of football, to understanding that we have the flair, so we can use our flair up front, and then we have the greats in the midfield who can hold at anybody. Defensively speaking, we might not be the best, but you won't outplay us. Why? Because Cucurella cannot actually be is not that good defensively. That is attacking strength will overwhelm everyone who is trying to take the ball at him. Cavalla is in his old age, but hey, he is still making sure that things are not getting past him.
Actually, this tournament, he's done well.
He's done well. He's the best left back in this tournament.
Defensive-wise, he's tried. Even though he doesn't have 100.
I don't think he's been tested defensively speaking. Until
he's tested.
Until he's tested. And by the way, he's the best left back in this tournament. On the right as well, Cavalla, I mean, he's out to believe he's in his 30s, but hey, they've done so well. I haven't said all of this. They are playing their match. They are meeting their match in the Three Lions.
That's where I'm going to. In 30 seconds, Jimmy, what do England possess to be able to beat Spain?
The first and the most important thing, which I think anyone in the final should have, is the never say die spirit, or the never die spirit. Against Slovakia in the 90th minute, they have an equalizer. In the semi-final, in the quarter-final as well, the penalty shootout, they have their games on. And then last time out in the semi-final, against all odds in the 90th minute, only Watkins came up with the winner. It shows that, I mean, until the final whistle, they are not going to give up. And against the Spanish national team as well, who can actually outplay them, they need to bring their mental toughness to the table. I haven't said that as well. Another thing they can as well bring, they can do to win, or they have to win this game, is their individual brilliance up front. All of a sudden, in the semi-final, the quarter-final, Bukayo Saka is coming into the game, Foden is coming into the game. Alexander Arnold is beginning to find the best position for himself, even when it's not being placed there. Kobe Mino is doing all of that. Let's not forget as well, is another teenager to watch out for. Best passes so far in the tournament. All of this put together can set them apart. But they need to understand one thing. They don't have to wait until the dying minute against the Spanish national team. Because when you give Spain the opportunity, give Spain the opportunity, they will outscore you. They don't wait until 90th minute.
No,
like
that's their own.
So they don't get time.
Of course, but we'll score more.
We'll
score more than you score.
Exactly. So they can't afford to wait until the dying minute. But the good thing for them in all of this, which people are not considering, is Harry Kane for me. He's played in the best German club side, and he probably understands the German mentality from the first hand. So I think in this one, he should have it covered.
All right, this is what we say thank you, and also look forward to this afternoon's show. That's the extended version of Sports Trip. We'll be back this afternoon to give you more of this analysis and what to look forward to tomorrow night. We promise to not drop at the level.
Yeah.
Drop the ante. All right, thank you for being a part of the show. My name is Dario Johnson. Thanks, so Jimmy, Dario Ogun. Good morning and God bless.